Good afternoon. Welcome to the Riverhead Central School District Regular Board of Education meeting for June 10th, 2025. Can I get roll call? Ms. Healy? Thank you. Mr. Wallace? Thank you. Ms. Murphy? Ms. Freeborn? And Ms. Redmond?
Present.
Can I get a motion to go into executive session to discuss the employment of a particular person or corporation? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Second. Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And the motion passes, and we will be back at 7 p.m. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for your patience. It took us a little longer than we had hoped. Can I get a motion to return to open session? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. All in favor? And motion passes. Please stand for the pledge. Thank you. We have a announcement by our district clerk on translation services.
Good evening. If you would require translation services, please go to the back of the auditorium.
Buenas noches. Si alguien quisiera escuchar la presentación en español, véame en el escritorio de atrás.
Thank you. Moving on before we continue, just everyone can see that Ms. Pedicic cannot be here this evening, so we have Dr. Cardesano is stepping in for tonight. So just so everyone is wondering why, that is why. Moving on to our student representative, Ms. Annabelle Dunn.
Hello. At Phillips, they had a successful field day Friday, May 30th, and this morning the fourth graders visited Pulaski and toured the building. At Aquabog, over the past few weeks, they had 3 successful field days, and the fourth graders participated in the Different Not Less assembly. Students had the opportunity to visit various stations that went over what autism is and how different it may look, communication devices, and also had a visit from Blue Bella therapy dog. At Riley, they will have their annual spring fling next Wednesday to close out the school year, and the second graders participated in Flag Day and highlighted the history of the American flag. At Pulaski, the 38th annual Riverhead Community Awareness Program March took place at Pulaski Street School. The event brought together the community, students, families, and volunteers. Staff and students enjoyed the march and had the opportunity to meet New York Islanders player Kyle Palmieri and were treated to a lunch provided by the Moose Lodge. The fourth grade students from all of the elementary schools visited Pulaski to prepare for their transition. During their visit, incoming students were introduced to the Pulaski Pride program. At the middle school, the Read and Roll Club from RMS went on its first ever field trip to the Montauk Point Lighthouse and Museum on June 4th. They went on a tour of the lighthouse and climbed the steps to the top of the lighthouse for pictures. Many of the students never saw the ocean before or experienced such a panoramic view of Long Island, and the trip was paid for through a holiday pancake breakfast fundraiser. At the high school, congratulations to the Riverhead softball girls for making it to the championship game. The Cat March was successful, and the seniors had the opportunity to guest speak and share positive goals. And then congratulations to my teammates, Angelina Gus and Madison Marshak, for playing in states for girls golf, and they're the first ever girls from Riverhead to make it. And congratulations to Colby Barron for making states as well.
Thank you, Annabelle. Moving on to our superintendent's report.
Yes, good evening. I'd like to introduce Mr. O'Hara, who's going to introduce a special presentation by one of our high school students.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight it is my honor to introduce a student whose voice truly reflects the heart and spirit of Riverhead High School. Madison Perez is a senior whose time at Riverhead High School has been marked by academic excellence, active involvement in our school's many programs, and most importantly, a strong sense of integrity and leadership. She is ranked 10th in her class and will be attending LIU Post to study sports management. Please join me in welcoming Madison Perez as she shares her perspective on why our school is such a special place.
So this is an article that I have written entitled "The Real Riverhead High School, an Inside Scoop from a Current Senior." How come instead of focusing on the positive, we bring attention to the negative? When we meet someone, we should not focus on their faults, but instead their good qualities. Otherwise, no one would like each other. We are taught that it is better to form our own opinions about people instead of relying on others' judgments. If this is true, then how can we let other opinions determine what Riverhead High School is all about, rather than seeking out the truth for ourselves? Former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy once said that one man can make a difference and every man should try. I am a senior at Riverhead High School, RHS, and I've decided that someone needs to take a stand against the negative articles and opinions that are being published about the school. There are so many positives about RHS that often go unnoticed simply because no one takes the time to truly explore what makes it special. The courses that are offered at Riverhead High School are ones that cannot be compared to other schools. We have numerous advanced placement and honors courses that can be taken at any grade level. Some of my favorite courses that I have taken throughout my 4 years include Smart Physics, AP World History, AP United States History and Government, AP Calculus AB, French 5, Sports Management, and English 10 honors. As a first-year student, you have the choice to participate in Smart Physics, which is a class that Riverhead is one of the only schools to offer in Suffolk County. It was one of my favorite classes in high school because of its hands-on labs and solid foundation it provides for future advanced placement courses. At the end of the year, students can take the New York State Physics Regents exam. Beyond academics, our theater program, The Blue Masks, staged 2 productions every school year. In years past, performances include shows like Mean Girls, Newsies, and Sweeney Todd. Every year, they have been nominated for Teenie Awards, which is through the East End Arts and Humanities Council. These awards are very prestigious, and it is an honor to be nominated for one. This year, the Riverhead Blue Masks have been nominated for 23 Teenie Awards for their amazing productions of Sweeney Todd and Something Rotten. The students that are part of the shows are extremely talented and dedicated to the performing arts. These performances are always open to the community and display the incredible talent of our students. Our music department, I believe, is to be one of the best on Long Island. There are so many opportunities in the program. Students have the chance to participate in the marching band, pep band, wind ensemble, pit orchestra, chamber choir, chamber orchestra, concert band, symphonic choir, concert orchestra, symphony orchestra, music theory, advanced placement AP, music theory, introduction to guitar, advanced guitar, and theater production and performance. Select performance groups compete nationally every year. We have been to locations like Washington, D.C. and Virginia Beach, where we have won multiple trophies and awards. In April, we competed in Boston, where we won various awards and were really able to showcase the talent of the Riverhead High School musicians. Fortunately, our music department is right on par with our world languages. Did you know that students can receive college credit for their foreign language studies? Once a student reaches the 4th level of their language, they can start receiving credits to Stony Brook University through their Accelerated College Education program. Additionally, language classes immerse students in cultural studies, music, food, and geography, with trips to places like the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the Opera. In addition, students have the opportunity to receive the New York State Seal of Biliteracy, which is an award certifying a student to be fluent in both English and a language of their choice. Nevertheless, our sports program that competes in Division I of Section 11 is continuously growing and getting stronger every year. For 5 consecutive years, our varsity boys golf team has won the league championship. In addition, last spring, our varsity softball and boys lacrosse teams won league championships, with the softball team making history as RHS's first ever undefeated league champions in the sport. This past basketball season, the boys varsity team made it to the playoffs and had a season like no other. RHS is also home to a cross-country runner who has shattered school records multiple times. And this past winter, we had our first ever girls wrestling team. Additionally, within the past couple years, a unified sports program was started. It brings everyone together and allows for every student to take part on a sports team. So far, the program offers bowling, soccer, basketball, and golf. Recently, the varsity baseball team clinched a spot in the 2025 playoffs. Riverhead baseball hasn't made it to the playoffs in 10 years. They dominated the field and have really been showing what Riverhead baseball is all about. In addition, the varsity softball team has been having had a remarkable season as well. They have won the league championship for the 2nd year in a row. Additionally, they have won the 2025 Suffolk County Championship, which is the first time Riverhead softball has ever made it this far. As for girls golf, 9 players in all of Suffolk County are eligible to play in the 2025 New York State Girls Golf Championship, and 2 of those 9 spots were filled by girls on the Riverhead varsity golf team. This is the first time in RHS history that golfers from the girls team have advanced to the state championship. These 2 golfers participated in the state championship along with a player from the boys varsity golf team. All of the Riverhead High School student athletes are students who love their sport and are committed to bringing pride to our school. Besides the courses, sports, and opportunities at the high school, what makes Riverhead special are the students there and the dedicated educators. The students here are going to make a difference and really change the world. Already, there is a scholarship opportunity called the Waves' Opportunity Scholarship, which was started by a senior at the school. In addition, there is another current senior who runs his own pickleball league called R2X that brings students together to have fun while learning a sport that is extremely popular. Additionally, there is also a senior who has put together a car show to raise money for the Unified Sports Program. Our current seniors are students that are aspiring to be pediatric oncologists, neurosurgeons, engineers, educators, physical therapists, sports agents, and so much more. Students are looking to major in fields such as finance, business, biochemistry, accounting, management, psychology, nursing, civil engineering, pre-law, theater production, etc. There are students that will be joining the military to protect our country, and others will be attending trade school or entering the workforce. Riverhead High School is a place that should be cherished by the community instead of being looked down upon. If you have gone to RHS or are a current senior, you should be proud that you have walked through the doors of that school and that it's the place where you received an education. The people of RHS are ones that are determined to make a difference, ones that spread kindness, the ones that are going to be an inspiration, and the ones that are going to make a pathway to the future. So instead of taking the opinion of someone else, I hope that you take a minute to listen to the truth about the school. which is creating the next generation of leaders, innovators, and hard workers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madison. Those words are really appreciated by our staff and by your peers and by the Riverhead community. Thank you for having the courage to come up here and speak to us.
So now we have Dr. Casamassas going to do a student recognition.
Good evening, Dr. Cardasano, Dr. Molieri, Dr. Baum, Dr. Rodney, and members of the Board of Education. Tonight, we are proud to introduce the members of the class of 2025 who have earned the New York State Seal of Biliteracy. This year, we had 25 students who earned the seal. By demonstrating advanced literacy in English and languages such as Spanish and French, these students exemplify academic excellence, cultural competence, and a global mindset. Please join me in welcoming our biliterate scholars as they come forward to be recognized. Students, I'm going to call your name, and then you go over, and Mr. O'Hara will give you your certificate, and then you'll go up to the stage for a photo. All right. Evelyn Aquino, Cynthia Gomez Avila, Lorena Correa, Renato De Paz Abreu, Annabelle Dunn, Samuel Casto Duque, Jose Fuentes, Idalia Sosa Garcia, Melissa Garcia, Erin Hubbard, Adriana Mosca, Ezekiel Herb, Adrian Gonzalez, Domenica Patino, Madison Perez, Fatima Quintanilla, Kobe Avila, Zulika Rodriguez, Allison Solorzano, Carlos Sumba, Jimena Villarreal, Catherine Orego, Gianna Viola, Elia XK, and Lauren Zaweski. It is now my privilege to introduce the outstanding students who have earned the New York State Seal of Civic Readiness. This year, we had 62 students who earned the seal. This distinction celebrates young people who have demonstrated a deep understanding of our democratic principles and a proven commitment to civic engagement through rigorous coursework and meaningful research and service projects. Tonight, we commend their scholarship, leadership, and dedication to strengthening our community. Please join me in welcoming our Seal of Civic Readiness honorees as they come forward to be recognized. Hamil Amin, Evelyn Aquino, Catherine Agueta, Mia Calandrio, Sofia Colucci, Lorena Correa, Alexis Dacus, Renata De Paz Abreu, John Ellis, Giselle Flores, Angelina Gust, Alexandria Hernandez, Brady Hubbard, Erin Hubbard, Christopher Jones, Owen Carlson, Noah Lake, Erica Last, Justin Leibowitz, Karina Loach, Jacqueline Luna, Maya Morelli, Deleska Ortez Lopez, Haley Piedra Lazar, Fatima Quintanilla, Dean Redman, Alice Reese, Hannah Schmidt, Quinn Stoffa, Israel Vidal, Gianna Viola, Lauren Zaweski, Emma Acratelli, Tyler Campbell, Anthony Catarelli, Troy Chikoski, Kyle Cuevas, Annabelle Dunn, Ashley Estrada Allende, Everett Forster, Selvin Galdamez Marquez, Christopher Gonzalez, Ezekiel Herb, Randall Hoverkamp, Sadie Kennedy Hafe, Addison Kinnear Gilliam, Bryce Mackey, Renee Marks, Odin Matthias, Cheyenne Metzger. There's more. Kenzie Matoya, Adriana Mosca, Mia Ojeda Lopez, Ava Ochigrosso, Victor Padilla, Madison Perez, Gianella Crispy, Brady Reynolds, Sean Rowland, Sadie Schultz, Jackson Suda, Camden Wallace, and Jaden Hansen. Make a move.
Our next student recognition will be presented by Mr. Brian Sachs.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. Tonight, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our Suffolk Zone Award winners and our student athletes who are continuing their athletic careers at the collegiate level. We'll start by our Suffolk Zone High School Health and Physical Education Leadership Award. It's a true honor to recognize two exceptional students who have been selected as recipients of the prestigious Suffolk Zone Award, presented by the New York State Association of Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance. This award is given to students who truly exemplify what it means to live a healthy, active, and responsible lifestyle, both in and outside of the classroom. To be considered for this award, a student must not only excel academically, but must also be a leader in their class, their school, and their community. These students stand out not just for their athletic ability or academic success, but for the kind of people they are. They are cooperative, honest, enthusiastic, poised, and hardworking. They bring energy and positivity to every class, support their peers, and serve as role models to those all around them. On behalf of the entire Physical Education and Health Department, as well as the Suffolk Zone chapter of New York AFERD, we want to congratulate and thank them both. Your dedication, leadership, outstanding character are not only worthy of recognition, they are a source of pride for this entire school and community. We are proud of you and excited to see the impact you will continue to make both now and in the years ahead. Congratulations to Adriana Mosca, and thank God Amole. I'm going to do them both together. Now for our college-bound athletes who will be continuing their athletic careers at the collegiate level. This achievement is not a small feat. It reflects not only their talent, but years of dedication, countless early mornings, late nights, and an unwavering drive to improve both on the field and in the classroom. Each of these students have represented our school with integrity and pride, and now they'll have the opportunity to do the same at their college or university across the country. To our athletes, thank you for your hard work and for inspiring those who follow in your footsteps. And to their families, coaches, and teachers, thank you for the support and guidance you provided all along the way. Please join me in celebrating and congratulating our college-bound athletes. They've made all of us proud, and we look forward to seeing the great things that they will accomplish in the years ahead. Maya Morelli, softball, Mercy University. Shea Bealey, softball, Western Connecticut State University. Logan Pylon, girls lacrosse, Manhattan University. Kaylee Ann Campbell, track and field, Quinnipiac University. Michael Gabriel, boys lacrosse, Sacred Heart University. Liam Lennon, boys lacrosse, Wingate University. Adriana Mosca, girls lacrosse, Georgian Court University. Sadie Schultz, girls lacrosse, University of Delaware. Chris Jones, track and field, SUNY Cortland. Camden Wallace, baseball, St. Joe's, Brooklyn. Dean Redman, boys lacrosse, Mercy University. Brendan Wallace, boys lacrosse, SUNY Delhi. Sarah Moss, girls lacrosse, Alvernia University. Peyton Lacombe, girls soccer, Eastern Mennonite University. Bryce Mackey, baseball, Western Connecticut State University. Carlos Gonzalez, boys soccer, St. Joseph's. Jason Valise, boys soccer, SUNY Farmingdale. Osmond Contreras, boys soccer, Utica. Jaden Hansen, cheerleading, Stony Brook University. Sean Rowland, cross country, track and field, Roger Williams University. Ebony Subak, equestrian, Alfred University. Travis Joyce, boys lacrosse, Herkimer College. Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations to all our students and everything that they have accomplished. You should be extremely proud of yourselves and how hard that you've worked and all that you've done. And I know that your parents are extremely proud of you also, so absolutely congratulations to you and good luck to everything that you do in the future. We know you will definitely succeed. I would now move on to any public comments on our agenda items. Do we have any online comments on the agenda items? Okay. Can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Redburn. All in favor? And the motion passes. Moving on to new business. Letter A.
Jim?
Yeah.
I believe that there's 2 additions to the personnel agenda that we just approved that we were going to announce.
We have to add those on.
Oh,
We're
okay.
adding those on at the end, yeah.
Okay.
They're not on. They weren't on
Okay.
the. New business, letter A.
Anyone-
This is acceptance of resignation of Mr. Connolly on the board member. Can I get a motion to accept his resignation? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. All in favor? And the motion passes. So I would just like to read something about the resignation of Mr. Connolly. On behalf of my colleagues on the board, I would like to thank Brian Connolly for his 7 years of invaluable service to our community as a member of this Board of Education and for his passion and commitment to the students of the Riverhead School District. He served through one of the most difficult times for all of us, the COVID pandemic, and his leadership during that time of president on this board, and his always steady and thoughtful consideration of the issues facing this board have been instrumental in the district's successful navigation of financial, educational, and regional challenges over the past several years. We know that Brian has been facing some personal issues, and that is the reason he decided to step down from the board in the middle of this, his 3rd term as an elected board member. Some would question why the board did not act sooner regarding Brian's board seat. In respect for Brian, his contributions to this board and the Riverhead community, As a board, we felt it was warranted and the right thing to do to give Brian as much time as possible to make his decision. We will now move forward considering an appointment to fill Brian's board seat until the next trustee election, May 2026. Again, we want to thank Brian for his service to the students of the Riverhead School District and to the Riverhead community. Moving on, letter B is approval of contract with Eastern Suffolk BOCES for the 25-26 school year. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Healy. All, questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter C of approval of an MOA with the CSEA. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter D is approval of the funding reserves for our various funding reserves that we have. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter E, this is approval of a lease agreement with Just Kids for the 2025 summer and for the 25-26 school year. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter F, this is the first and final reading for the weighting of the Regents exams. With the Regents right around the corner, we're going to do this as the first and final. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter G, first reading of new and revised board policies. This is for policy number 4710, grading systems, 6240, fiscal management, 6245, fund balance maintenance, which is a new policy, 6600, fiscal accounting and reporting, 6700, purchasing, 6700-E.1, purchasing exhibit, 6710, purchasing authority, 6741, contracting for professional services. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter H, this is approval of, actually 3 contracts. The first one is with U.S. Medical Staffing for educational and behavioral services. The second is for Simply Innovative for educational and behavioral services. And the third is with Island-Wide Auto Truck Collision. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter I, this is authorize a contract with Omnia Partners. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter J, this is approval of the renewal of a contract with All Suffolk Auto School, the extension for the 25-26 school year for our driver's education program. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. A second. Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter K, this is approval of renewal of contracts. There are many of them. I won't list them all. If anyone has the time and would like, you can go through them. Oops, sorry. There it is. Can I get a motion to accept the approval of the contracts? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter L, approval of donation of books. This is where the Riverhead School District's elementary schools have a surplus of more than 2,000 library books, and we're going to donate them to the book fairies. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. A second. Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter M, acceptance of donations. The first one is the Jacob Marley Foundation has donated $5,000 to the Jerry Schlupp Memorial Scholarship. And the second one is a community member, Ms. Rosemary Pierce, has donated 41 books valued at approximately $800 to use in our school libraries across the district. Can I get a motion to accept the donation? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. A second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Questions, comments?
Thank you.
Thank you, absolutely. All in favor? And the motion passes. We are going to add on letter N. The Board of Education is going to accept Mr. Gary Carlson's resignation as assistant principal to the Roanoke Avenue Elementary School, effective June 30th, 2025, and appoint Mr. Carlson as the principal of the Riley Avenue Elementary School. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I do have to read the whole thing. So, be it further resolved, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education hereby appoints Gary Carlson as the principal of Riley Avenue Elementary School, effective July 1st, 2025, in the tenure area of elementary principal for a 3-year probationary appointment, effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2028, at a starting salary of $172,845.40 for the 25-26 school year. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? Motion passes. Congratulations, Mr. Carlson.
Congratulations, Gary.
And one more, letter O. The Board of Education hereby accepts the resignation of Ms. Laura Arcuri as principal of Pulaski Street Elementary School, effective June 30th, 2025, for the purpose of appointing her as Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. Be it further resolved, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education hereby appoints Laura Arcuri as the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, effective July 1st, 2025, in the tenure area of Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction for a 4-year probationary appointment, effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2029. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. All in favor? The motion passes. Congratulations to Mrs. Arcuri. Moving on to board members. We have any committee?
All right. I have a summary from the Audit Committee. We met on Tuesday, May 6th. The Audit Committee, conducted by the Office of the State Comptroller, which has been ongoing for nearly a year, is now complete. A findings meeting was held on April 23rd, and we expect a final report to be released in late June or July. I'm happy to report that there were no findings of missing funds or issues with financial management. In fact, 99% of the issues identified during the audit have already been addressed, and only a few minor ones remain. To provide some context, we reviewed sample reports from other districts such as Wyandanch and East Ramapo. One of these reports was well done, while the other had several concerns. Based on this, we expect our report to be somewhere in the middle, though we are optimistic since most of our key issues have already been resolved. One of the items raised in the audit was the standard workday for certain positions, which was addressed at the May 6th board meeting. Moving on to the external audit. I'm happy to confirm that we've finalized the schedule for the year-end audit. Pre-audit testing will take place from June 9th to June 13th, and the full audit is scheduled for the August 11th through August 15th. Joe has confirmed these dates, and everything is on track for the on-time audit once again. Regarding the federal improper payment of audit, we received a notification from the U.S. Department of Education on April 28th requesting that we submit documentation for a $120,000 expenditure related to pre-K services. The deadline for submission was May 5th. Thanks to Joe's quick action, all required documents were compiled and submitted promptly, and we've since received confirmation that we're in the clear on this audit. As for the transition to our new finance management system, Envision, we're progressing smoothly. All of our WinCap data has been successfully transferred to the secure on-site server, and we are still on track for the system to go live on July 1st. For the next 4 months, we'll run both WinCap and Envision simultaneously to ensure a smooth year-end audit. Staff training is already underway, and leadership meetings were held in early May to prepare for the field training that will follow. Finally, in regard to the IRS penalty notice for non-filing of W-2 data from 2021 and 2022, we've received good news. The second penalty has been waived, and we're awaiting confirmation that the first penalty was also removed. Looking ahead to next year, we plan to review our auditors, including the claims auditor, internal auditor, and external auditor. Our relationship with the claims auditor has improved significantly, and we have positive experiences with our internal auditor from Naraki Smith. They've been performing well and even conducting special audits for us. Our external auditors, the Bonadino Group, have also been through their work, and we're pleased with their performance. We'll continue working with them for another year, and we'll reevaluate after that. Thank you to Marianne and her office for all of the work that they've done.
Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Do we have another committee?
Yes.
Yep.
The policy committee met on May 29th and began with a discussion on the proposed new policy on student use of personal electronic devices. While the language of the policy has not yet been finalized, the committee agreed that the input from stakeholders, including bargaining units, students, and families, is essential. Alan and Cheryl will coordinate obtaining the input with a goal of presenting the first reading later this month and adopting the policy at the July 8th board meeting. Board trustee Erica Murphy stressed the importance of the board members attending these sessions to demonstrate support and engage with the community directly. In terms of implementation, the committee discussed options for device storage at the secondary level, including lockers and/or yonder pouches. The state indicated funds will be available to school districts, but we have not yet received any information on this or how much our district would receive. Cheryl noted that no decision can be made until funding is secured. Importantly, any disciplinary response based solely on the possession or use of cell phones will avoid suspension and instead focus on consistent enforcement across all schools. The overreaching goal is to reduce classroom distractions and keep students focused. The committee also reviewed updates to purchasing policy, which was reorganized for clarity and aligned with the NISBA guidance. Several instructional and fiscal management policies were reviewed. Revisions to the grading systems policy and its accompanying regulation now establish tighter oversight of grade changes requiring documentation and defined timelines. The weighting of Regents exams policy has been updated to reflect the new standard of 10% based on the recommendations from the Regents Grading Committee. In that area of the fiscal policy, a new fund balance maintenance policy was adopted to comply with the state controller's recommendation. Several other policies, including those related to investments, accounting, and contracting, were reviewed and updated primarily for clarity and title corrections. The committee plans to meet once more before the end of the school year to finalize outstanding items.
The Health and Safety Committee met on May 22nd, 2025 at Riverhead Middle School. Terry Colhane, Director of Security, noted his appreciation to the district's guard force for their outstanding service, especially during the budget vote and the recent ROTC helicopter event. He reminded the committee about the importance of adhering to the district's incident command structure during emergencies and emphasized that all directives from building administrators must be followed until first responders or district officials take over. A reminder was also issued that smoking and vaping are prohibited anywhere on school grounds, including in vehicles. From the Facilities Department, we were informed that the district is finalizing the hiring of a new director of facilities with an expected start date of July 1st. John will assist with a smooth transition. Eric Motley from Transportation reported continuing staffing challenges, but no major issues. He mentioned improvements in the TransFinder system to help parents track bus changes when substitutions occur. In technology, Robert Hines introduced a new cybersecurity awareness platform called KnowBefore. The district's initial phishing simulation showed an excellent result, an 11% click rate, well below the K-12 national average. He also presented the new Go Guardian Parent app, which gives parents visibility and control over their children's use of school devices at home, including access to internet activity summaries and parental controls after school hours. During the open items portion of the meeting, a heartfelt thank you was shared from Alcobog to the maintenance staff for their work in transforming a multi-purpose space, now called the Zen Den, into a calming, functional area that helped foster collaboration and community among staff. Their work, much of it done on personal time, was deeply appreciated. Beth Menace from Riley announced her departure from the committee after several years of service, with Cindy Engel stepping in as her replacement. Additional concerns were raised about the student safety near the south portables at the high school and about a broken window in the annex that is awaiting repair. The meeting concluded with sincere thanks for all their members for their service this year.
Thank you. Moving on, any board member remarks?
I know that Annabelle Dunn had shared, but just again, congratulations all of our students with their academic awards, the scholarships, and just the athletic as well as the music achievements, the arts achievements. It was just if you look at the calendar, there's just a lot going on. So I just wanted to recognize all of them.
And I would just reiterate what Ms. Healy said, that this is the time of the year where there's a lot of stuff going on. I was lucky enough to be able to go to the Night of Strings concert, and Ms. Murphy was there also. And that's just such an amazing event for the students and for the parents. And it's nice when it was over to hear all the parents coming out saying that, how much they really truly enjoy that night. I don't actually know any other district that does something like that, but it's an amazing event here, and it's kudos to the kids and to the staff. It's awesome for the elementary school kids to see those kids, what they're going to do when they get to middle school and high school. So that was a wonderful night. And I was also at the middle school awards, and it was really great to see. We just mentioned a lot of high school kids that got awards. There were many middle schoolers that also got recognized for awards for their academic achievements. So that was really great to see that too that night.
I'm going to echo James. That Night of the Strings was spectacular. If you've never been, it has the 5th grade through 12th grade orchestras, and at the end they all play together. So it's amazing to see them all come together as one. This is my favorite time of the year. I've been at field days and celebrations. The Cap March was amazing last Friday. And today I got to attend the Riley Flag Day celebration put on by the 2nd grade. It's just a great time to celebrate our students and staff and really see them shine after an amazing year.
As mentioned, the 38th annual Cap March was held on Friday, June 6th. This event, there are a lot of moving parts to it, but I just have to thank Riverhead Central School District, Riverhead Police Department, the town of Riverhead, the community, our volunteers, our coalition volunteers, as well as our middle school and high school peer leaders and youth coalition students who volunteer their time to educate students at Pulaski Street regarding the risks and consequences of substance use, but also to provide the tools that they need to make healthy choices for themselves. It is an incredibly special program, and we're just so grateful for the support of the community. As mentioned, New York Islander Kyle Palmieri was there, which made it even more special. He knows a lot about making goals, and now our students know a lot about making goals. And thank you to all the board members who were able to attend. It was greatly appreciated. I'd also like to mention that after the Cap March, there was the Riverhead Lacrosse Alumni Game at the turf field. Each year, alumni from 2004 to 2025 participate in a fun-filled, it was a little chippy, game, a lot of flexing out there, of lacrosse to celebrate the life and legacy of Tech Sergeant Deshaun J. Briggs, class of 2007, who died in service in Iraq. And the Briggs family was on hand to receive a donation from the Riverhead Booster Club and to enjoy the evening with us. And it's just an incredibly special night and just a testament to our alumni who still support our school district and come out year after year to play this game. And I know there were probably a lot of ice packs after the fact, but I did hear, class of 2004, Derek Nash, in the fourth quarter, Vic Guadagnino said 10-minute quarter, and he was like, 15, I'm the oldest one here. And all the rest of them just groaned. But it was a great night, and thanks to everyone who came out.
Thank you. Moving on, RCFA comments.
Gregory Wallace, RCFA, Calverton. Is Mr. Carlson still here? It's nice to see that your transition to the dark side is now complete. We'd like to congratulate Mr. Carlson and Mrs. Curie on their appointments. I'd really like to commend Madison Perez for the statements she made here tonight. And I'm just going to add to what she said, is that we don't need to be fixed. We need to be supported. And it looks like the board feels the same way by the appointments they made tonight. Thank you.
Any comments from Ra? Well,
He's here. I'm going to retract that. Echoing Mr. Wallace's sentiments, Charles Gassar, co-president of Riverhead Administrators, we want to congratulate Ms. Arcuri and Mr. Carlson on their new appointments. These are two highly qualified, impressive individuals, and we also would like to thank our Board of Education and our district office personnel for recognizing the talent that we hold within the unit. And to see them move up through the ranks is a wonderful thing. They hold a special place in their hearts for Riverhead, working here, whether it be from the teachers unit or the administrators unit, continuing the administrators unit, or moving on to the central office. It is a wonderful thing, and we want to recognize them and say thank you again to all of you for the confidence.
moving on to public comments. Before we start public comments, please just remember we're going to try to keep our comments to 3 minutes just to give everybody a chance. And then please remember to just be respectful to everybody with the comments. Thank you.
Got my timer this time. Hello. I'm Eva Roberts, a community resident, taxpayer, and I also work for the district. What I wanted to bring up today, not focusing on securement of children on the school buses today, although that remains an ongoing concern, but I wanted to first just bring up that on June 12th, 1967, was the day that the Supreme Court the decision was made, Loving versus State of Virginia, and that's a date that's personally important to me, and I'd like to see the district publicize it and celebrate it more. That was the date when bans against marriage, which were considered interracial, was ended in the United States. I was born in 1959 in Virginia, and my parents' marriage, which was interracial, was not recognized. So just a reminder, I will be giving out black and white cookies in the transportation department on that day. The other thing I wanted to address is, and it's good to see Mr. Bubby Brown here, although I didn't have a chance to tell him I was going to talk about this. There has long been, for many years now, an essay contest, which the school, including BOCES and the Riverhead Central School District, has participated in. The history of that essay contest was, I was listening to, over the radio, about about the death of Rosa Parks, who died in 2005. And I was thinking, instead of something that says, let's celebrate her life, let's try to carry it forward. Let's try to recognize people that continue to do her life's work. And so I had this idea of a youth essay contest. And my mother was alive then, June Roberts, also lived at that time in Riverhead. And she connected me with that idea to Butch Langhorne, who connected me to Thelma White, rest in peace, who, as part of the East End Voters Coalition, was interested in the idea. So that's how it started. And the original idea for how it started was to say, youth talking about things they have done to change discrimination. That was the original essay contest. Is there anyone else that wants to speak tonight?
I think there's a couple.
Okay, so I will wrap up with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just made some notes of some things I wanted to bring up as a concerned parent in the community. I've enjoyed hearing from your children about this school district.
Excuse me, you just got to say who you are, your name.
Kate, and I live in Wading River.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed hearing all the stories tonight, but the truth is that although they were great stories, many of them, not all students have the same experience, and we need to highlight that as well. The school district displays the Dignity for All Students Act. However, there isn't follow through with that safety, mental health concerns, nor is there a focus on the mental health concerns for children. There's ongoing bullying by faculty in the elementary school, instead of focusing on the safety and the well-being for each of our children, not just one, all of them. You are protecting the staff, not the children. And many of us here are parents, and if you are not, you know the children. We send our children to school to thrive, to learn, socialize. We do this thinking that it's a safe haven for them. How do you plan on rectifying the terror instilled in our children? How do you plan to address the systemic bullying by teachers and security guards? In 2025, haven't we learned enough about the dangerous effects of bullying, terrorizing, lack of support, and no compassion? That's what I want to know after today, after the highlights of the wonderful district, or the places that you've seen, or the essay contests, or who works here, or how much people are making with money, or who's retiring. I think the mental health and well-being of our children, our families, and our communities is absolutely, should be a top concern. So what does anybody else have to say about that? Is mental health, compassion not important? Bullying by staff members and sweeping it under the rug? But we'll address all the important things, right? Like essay contests and sports accolades and where someone's going to college. Is there anything anyone else would like to address about this? Because I'm speaking as a concerned parent, and I'd like to know that all the parents whose children were here, or family members, or neighbors in this community, how quickly they all left, but they didn't want to hear the concerns of someone in the district here. That to me is upsetting as a parent, as a person in the mental health field, as a person who was educated in mental health, in systemic bullying. Does anybody else have any comments here? Because all those students who left before, they're our future. Do you want them to come back in 10, 20 years and have the same issue with their children? Not only is it heartbreaking, but that's our future right there. And they just learn to walk out with their families without hearing what the other children and families are going through.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments? Do we have any Online comments? No? We do have a comment.
Hi, my name's Ken Dosh. I own Bagel Lovers across the street. I've been going with the back and forth with the board for about 3 months about renting the property across 700 Oswald when you guys put up the fence. I keep getting told they're working on it, they're working on it. I was told I had to put insurance on it. I did it over a month ago. I keep calling, they're telling me somebody will get back to us. I'm just looking to see if anybody knows about it.
I can actually address that, and I am aware of your insurance that was submitted, and we will be forwarding you the building use form. We are working out now what the fees would be and trying to come up with a reasonable charge.
Well, about 2 months ago, you sent what the fees would be for using it for Saturday and Sunday, so we agreed to that. It was $50 per week. It was $2,600 for the year, just for using it from Saturday and Sunday for additional parking. So we didn't have a problem with that. We're just trying to figure out what is going on with that. Our parking lot they choose when we're closed for all your sporting events. We let everybody park in our parking lot when we're closed. So we're trying to work on that for our customers. And my second thing is, I'm not going to bring up the name of security officer. We've had one security officer keeps coming into our school, harassing the students, asking for IDs. I had my nephew and niece up from Florida. He comes in there telling them wants their ID. He has no right to be in our property telling kids what's going on. And this was brought up.
Excuse me, sir, just let everyone finish that is speaking, so just
This was
distracts people. Thank you.
This was brought up to Terry's attention because I have to ban him from my parking lot, and we're almost to the point where we're gonna have a no trespass on him because he's literally comes into the store and goes to every kid demanding them show an ID. I don't think he has the right to do that on our property or any other property that's not on school property. That's all I got to say.
We'll follow up.
All right, Terry knows about it. It was brought up today to him.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Do we have any online comments? No? All right, seeing no more comments, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Do you have a comment? Do you have a comment there, Ms. Buzahowski? She does not see one. You want to make it now?
All right, the same thing here. I have issues with...
You have to say it.
Sorry.
You have
Danny
to say it.
Kirby, Town of Riverhead. Same problem I have with security. My son was touched by security guards. I came to the school, talked to him about it. I came to the head person and talked about it. You know what he said the security guard was doing? He was just helping him move on forward. Now, how do you tell a parent that after he see on video that the security guard touched his kid and while he was just standing on the wall, quiet? See, nobody never want to talk about it. You know what y'all do? Y'all sweep everything under the rug. And then another thing, y'all got an open door policy, right? So why every time I come to school, it's not an open door policy when I come?
There is no open door policy in schools.
No,
Not anyone could just come into a school.
No, I'm not talking about open door policy online. Y'all say it's an open door policy like with the parents, with us, with the kids. It's online. So therefore, why every time I come to school, I sign in, try to talk to the nurse, they don't even let me talk to the nurse. Or they make me stand outside like I'm a problem. And one time they called the cops and lied on me and said I was being, wouldn't leave the school grounds, and they asked me, then the cops come talk to them, and they say they didn't say it. But I had everything on recording. It's like one person say one thing, and then when you tell them you're recording, they change it up. The other day I go to the school, I'm try to talk to the head security guard. He never do anything about anything. He don't take my calls. He don't even let me get an appointment with him, even about the issue of my son getting touched. And the same issue where they denied my son was going to the nurse, and the security guard stops my son while he's going to the nurse while he's bleeding and say, did I give you permission to go to the nurse? After somebody in the lunchroom gave him permission to go. You know what they said? My son gets walked out the lunchroom, they pulled the code on him and said, kid on the run, kid on the run. So what, he had to sit there and tell every security guard in the lunchroom he need to go to the nurse while he's bleeding? No. These security guards need to get their feelings out of it and do their job. That's it. They just here to do a job. And the teachers need to know they got the right to speak up on this. Y'all do anything. We talk to y'all. I come to the school. You know, the principals know I come. If it's something with my son, I'm going to talk about it. You know, the Whistle Act will protect these teachers and principals. They protect y'all. You allowed to be a part of the Whistle Act. You could tell on each other. They can't do nothing to y'all. You're allowed to. They protect y'all. Y'all here to protect these kids. Y'all sitting here and say it was no online things. I have proof that 2 emails came online. This is part of y'all shoving everything under the rug. I even documented it online and took pictures and made sure that y'all know y'all got this. So who here saying there was nothing online? So it's nothing online. So when I show you the documents, could you stop my time, please, and go back? Because she's talking and you didn't stop my time and go back. Oh, so now it gets stuff up there. See, this is the things we're dealing with.
Don?
They say it's...
Perhaps we need to clarify online comments and emails.
No. No, we submitted it the right way. It says it up there. This is ridiculous. Y'all guys shoving everything under the rug and just doing what y'all want to do. Y'all should not be doing this. And then y'all try. Riverhead is a good school. But what y'all doing is wrong. I'm not saying y'all doing it. Y'all don't even know everything that's going on because y'all don't get everything that's going on. They sweep it under the rug because they don't want to mess with y'all. This needs to stop. Even the head of security, I went to the school. He canceled a school meeting with a principal because I was asking questions about my son's doctors with the nurse, stuff with the doctor. They wanted me to go through a third party, talk to somebody, then somebody go talk to the nurses. They got 2 nurses in that school. Why do I have to put up with that? Why do the nurse had to violate HIPAA just to tell somebody else something about my son?
I thank you, sir. Your time's up.
Nothing won't get done. Y'all just shove it under the rug.
Do we have any more public comments?
I just had to wrap up quickly, so I just wanted to get back to talking. Can I?
Sir, you have to, please. Thank you. Stop.
So I'm not sure. Should I speak now?
Go ahead, go.
Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to finish the story about that writing, the essay that the school has been involved with for many years. And at a meeting at, I believe it was Gene Hudson, on JT Boulevard, rest in peace, there was a meeting there that I was invited along with my then partner, rest in peace to him. And there was a meeting, and we talked about this idea of recognizing, not just an essay, but recognizing actions that young people are taking against discrimination and so forth. And at that meeting, the East End Voters Coalition, and I think perhaps that's where I may have met Mr. Bubby Brown, and he was the person that said he would start running with the idea because he had the connections in the schools. So I know that, like, a year ago, I think last year, there was something that came up around this, and I just was not able to address it at the time. There was some concerns about the sort of the prompt of what the youth will write about, and people were upset. But the original idea was for youth to write about things that they had done, and then there was a contest. We started that day a small scholarship. Many people in the room chipped in, and then I think it was at Stotsky Park when those meetings, Juneteenth celebrations, the first students that got their awards.
I don't want you to run out of time again. Do you have a question for us or something you would like for us to consider?
Well,
I don't want you to run out of time. You've got 1 minute left.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this whole thing stands, but my suggestion is to go back to the beginning if there's going to be an essay contest, and I think Butterfly Effect Project has taken it over. I'm not sure. Anyhow, my suggestion is to go back and have youth writing about what they have done to address discrimination. Not as it was, I think, last year, like how would you feel if you found out you were no longer a slave or something, and it was, you know, that.
Okay,
That's my suggestion.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Robert Bubby Brown. I'm kind of at a loss as to what's going. I was the chairman of the East End Voter Coalition who started the Juneteenth celebration here in Riverhead, and we started this essay contest with the fifth graders at Pulaski Street School. They started writing an essay about how they would feel when General Gordon Granger came into Galveston Harbor to free the slaves in Texas. And it started an essay contest, and I don't know exactly how long ago it was. And I even called one of the teachers, Marianne Haroon, who was a teacher at Pulaski Street School at the time of the start of the essay contest. I talked to her last night, and she's living in Florida, and she was going to get back to me to let me know, because I wanted to know what anniversary this was, because we just started. We're going to have the essay contest. We're going to have the judging of the essays and poems on Friday at Pulaski Street School, and the kids will get their awards on Wednesday, the 18th, at Pulaski Street School. The winners of the essays and poetry. This year we have poetry also, and I'm proud of the fact that the school accepted the kids making these essay contests. It's a wonderful program, and the East End Voter Coalition is no longer in existence because everybody except me is above. I'm the only one above the ground, and just and Butch Langhorne is also around. But I really don't know what my part as the chair of the East End. I don't remember that meeting, and I was the chair of the committee for East End Voter Coalition for a long time. But I'm just proud of what the kids do at Pulaski Street School for the essay contest for Juneteenth and the essay contest for the Garfield Langhorne essay contest. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any more public comments? No. Someone in the back.
Good evening. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Emmeline Bach-Torres, and I graduated 2 years ago from Riverhead High School. I graduated 7th in my class and currently attend Cornell University, studying industrial and labor relations on the pre-law track. I'm really passionate about immigrant rights and want to pursue a career in immigration law. And what brought me here today is that I'm currently interning with the Rural and Migrant Ministry here in Riverhead. And it came to my attention that one of the seniors at Riverhead High School was dealing with a faculty member, one of her teachers, saying some insensitive comments towards the Hispanic community. And it's the staff member that I personally had witnessed them saying insensitive comments when I was a junior in high school in 2022. So the fact that it's a continuing trend here not only saddens me as an alum from a high school that has given me so much
Sir, please don't comment.
Okay. We're very proud of you. Cornell, huh? That's a pretty big road from Riverhead to Cornell. Okay? Take a breath. As you were saying, you witnessed this again?
Yeah, another student said that it was with the same teacher, and this not only concerns me as an alumni from Riverhead High School, which I really love all the opportunities it has given me. I was in the chamber orchestra in high school, and I did Night of Strings. I was a CAT peer leader and participated in the CAT March, and I have 3 younger sisters currently in the Riverhead Central School District, in middle school, Roanoke, and I also am an alumni from Roanoke, and having, both my parents are immigrants from Guatemala, and seeing the community around me live in fear, even as someone who has the privilege of going to an Ivy League university and has tried to, ignore the ugly, but I just wanted to take the moment to address this and also recognize that I do support some of the comments made today about parents having concerns and mental health, because although many of our students have been able to achieve so much, mental health is definitely a concern that affects a lot of us. So I just really appreciate the time today to talk in front of you guys. Thank you.
Do we have any more public comments? Seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. All in favor? And the motion passes. Meeting's adjourned.
Please help support the Riverhead Central School District YouTube channel by subscribing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to push that subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. Thank you.